Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to Live in the Hive. Yes, it's Thursday already. It's 7 o'clock, and you are here with me for the next 40 minutes. We've got a fantastic show in store for you this evening. We've got some great guests, and if you're like me, are you feeling very hot this evening? Where's the air? I'm in the Hive tonight and I've got the doors open. So if you hear anything like aeroplanes coming across or maybe the rain coming, because at some point this weather is going to break, then we'll get it all from the Hive, even people watering their gardens, because we're in my garden bar, as you know, and we are joined, as I say, by some special guests. First of all, though, we have my own special guest. You know, we have my mini-me's, and the show wouldn't be the There you go. That's them knocking me off. My mini-me's. What are they like? Hey, right. Well, first up, this is my smallest mini-me, Harry, and he is saying who is on the show this evening. Over to you, Harry.
On tonight's show, we've got Phil Mealey and Helen Davies.
Oh, fantastic. We've got Phil Mealey, the star of Early Doors and the co-writer of the BBC hit show. And we've got Helen Davies from EasyTots. Now, she went into the dragon's den and backed herself a dragon. So much to talk about with those two. Now, if you have one, you've got to have the other. And this week, we are starting with Daisy's fact of the week, because I think it's really apt at the moment that this fact is from her.
As you know, here in Manchester all week it's been hot, hot, hot. So I decided to look in my Guinness World Record book and see how many people simultaneously have applied sun cream in one row. And I found out, astoundingly, 2,441 people have applied sun cream simultaneously in a row in India in 2019. Isn't that amazing? Back to you in the studio, Mum.
She's such a professional. And back to you in the studio, Mum. So I wonder she didn't call me Michelle. If you are with us tonight, thank you for joining us. And, you know, it's quite interactive, this show, because we are live and we like to hear from you. So first of all, you know, we are on Facebook at Live in the Hive. So hello if you're watching us on Facebook. But we're also on YouTube. So if you ever want to watch us on that, we stream live on there too. It's Michelle Eagleton. That's me. That's my page, Live in the Hive. And if you press subscribe, then you get a nice little alert to tell you that we're going live, which is always good. But this week we have got a couple of new members to the team. We've got our Sam, and he is on Instagram for me this evening, so you can catch up on what is going on behind the scenes with our Sam, because he's doing a few Instagram stories, so watch out for that a little bit later on in the show. But without further ado, I'm going to introduce my very first guest on the show tonight. He is absolutely fabulous. No, he wasn't in that show. He was in another BBC hit show, Early Doors. It's the wonderful Phil Mealey.
Hello. Hi, Michelle. How are you?
Hello there.
Hey, listen, everybody that's appeared on this show so far is related to you. This isn't like long lost families. You're not going to turn out your sister or something, are you?
I don't know. Maybe there is a dark secret that I don't know, Phil.
You know, because my hair's mine's getting a bit light. You know, so maybe that's it. Yeah, all good.
I wouldn't mind being your sister, Phil, because I think we'd have a right laugh.
Oh yeah, but yeah. I've got a sister. I'm not looking for any more. I've got a good sister. She's great. Our Alison. Oh yeah, she's solid as a rock. She's great. One of them. And have you got any brothers and sisters?
I haven't. I was an only child. I got very spoiled, so I'm not saying that was a bad thing.
Well, yeah, I fought like, me and our Alison fought like cat and dog when we were, you know, in the teenage years. But now she's like my best mate. Go to the football, go to United. Well, you know, we still go to United. We will be doing next season. So yeah, good.
I'm hoping that my mini-me's that you saw there, Daisy and Harry, I do hope that they become lifelong friends, because they certainly bicker, Phil.
Yeah, they will be at the moment, but you just got to kind of, they'll get thick as thieves, and you'll be saying, what are you two whispering about over there? And there'll be all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Anyway, we're chatting about family. We should be talking about this fantastic thing that you're bringing to Arley Hall and Gardens.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Early Doors was absolutely fantastic. I know it was quite a while ago now. I think we're talking 12 years ago. Or is it more?
more. The series itself was on in 2004, 2005, I think. So I don't know how long. My maths isn't very good. And if you see me writing, the English isn't very good either, but there you go. But yeah, but we did the live shows in 2018 and 2019. And this is what we did it. We started off, if I don't know if you remember, we started it off, because me and Craig, we'd always kind of thought about doing a, and then in 2018 it was, we thought, right, okay, let's see if we can still cut the mustard, really. So we started writing it in secret. We did 6 months on it, and just to see if we could still, put it together. And we did. And then we sort of got the rest of the cast together. And we weren't sure what the audience would be like, or if the appetite would still be there. But the Lowry, the small venue in the Lowry, which is a 500-seater, and it sold out like that, which we were surprised and delighted about. And then we put it on, they moved it to the big theatre at the Lowry, 1,200-seater, that sold out. And then the producer said, look, and people were asking over the country. So we ended up playing arenas like Liverpool, the Echo Arena, the MEN Arena. We went from like at the Lowry to 7,000 people at the Manchester Arena.
What was that like? Did you feel like a pop star?
No, I always want to be a pop star. So we played the Hammersmith Odeon, which is obviously world, and that was sold out, which is really weird because it's in London. I was thinking, we're going to have to hold signs up so they can understand what we say. I thought we had like something doing sign language, but northern at the side of the stage. But anyway, but I felt like a pop star there because they had all pictures of Bowie in his last concert there, and Queen and the Beatles. So, and it's just a world famous. But it was surreal, really. It was very bizarre because for me and Craig, we just thought, well, 500 people. If we get people who, and it just went crazy.
But I think it was a really iconic show because what you got the real northern charm. It was set in the Grapes. It was kind of the regulars that went in. It's something that people relate to at like their own local pub, wasn't it? So and you had like the in catchphrases as well.
I know, like, I'll stay on my own, but and crime can't crack itself with the cops and all that. I think, to be honest, as far as the relatability is concerned, I think it's one of those things that, it works because it's in a pub. It could be in a pub or even in your own home. You can have somebody sat in the corner who's miserable. It's usually me these days. But you know what I mean? It's a fact. I think you could just relate to those characters, really. That people obviously did, which was the great thing. And the mother-in-law or the mother upstairs who's controlling everything as well. Lots of people can relate to that. So I think it was, and also one of the things about it is purposely it's very warm. Even though they're sort of taking them. When we first gave it the commissioners, they were saying in the BBC, why don't these people like each other? And we were like, well, they're always sort of having a go or taking the mickey out of each other. I said, well, that's a sign of affection. If they just ignore you, if they didn't, they take the mickey out of it, but they're actually, there's a lot of affection for each other. And I think as the series progressed, I think obviously northern people, from our area, but it was popular in the country, but got it, I think, if you're sort of working class and middle class and you're in those areas, you get what, you get what we were trying to achieve, yeah.
Well, my mother-in-law is a huge fan of Early Doors, and she went to the Lowry performance in the big theatre. And she said, I don't know how they kept it all together. And there was a few times there was a little bit of corpsing going on because you're all having a damn good time, aren't you?
Yeah. the cast get on. I know it's a cliche to say it, but they are great, and we just get on so well. And me and Craig, since we worked part-time at Tesco stacking shelves. So I've known Craig for, going to give me about 40 now, probably. Yeah, 40 years. So, you know, we've been mates for that long. So it's just great to be getting up, you know. We were sort of messing up. We had a script, obviously, because we wrote it. But then there'd be times where I'd throw something in to try and just, you know, jolt me up. So there was quite a few moments like that. We've left it in the live show. Onto that, I guess, is because it happened so quickly, and it was sort of a snowball effect, really. We've never organised to have it filmed for a DVD or anything like that. And afterwards, a lot of people who couldn't make it or heard about it were saying, "Oh, you know," or even people who, "I was laughing at this and I missed that." You know, when you watch something, if you watch, you know, a comedy you're enjoying, you're missing bits.
Mm-hmm.
So we were like, "Well, we haven't got any film, we haven't got any footage." And I spoke to the production manager last year, and he said, "Oh, I have." So what do you mean you have? He said, "Well, the guys who filmed when we played the arena, you know, it's how it's projected onto the screens at the side of the stage. The guys who've done that had actually the footage of that. I don't know if they were fans or what, but they kept the footage and sent it to him." So we looked at it, and I was like, "It's great, it's fantastic." And it was because it was something that was unexpected and sort of a gift, really, that, you know, we spoke and said, you know, this would be great to do something, pass the gift on, if you like, to pass the good fortune of somebody actually filming it. So we just thought that Chris, you know, everybody in this area, if it's not a family, it's a friend or a friend of a friend, you know, somebody who's had in treatment by them, they just do such a wonderful job, you know, and, you know, not just for in the Northwest, but all over the world, aren't they? And I know that their funding has been down over COVID because, of course, people haven't been able to do cycle rides and charity run events that they do, and they've really, you know, the NHS don't fund, you know, it's way beyond. Their expenses are way beyond what the NHS do. So we just thought it'd be a really great fit, you know, and to do something. So that's why we're doing idea initially. We went to, I got in touch with them and they said, "Oh, we'd love it." So we're doing a drive-in movie, which was their idea, at Gardens. So the recording of the live show, we're doing a Q&A with the cast first of all, before they show the film. Then they do showing the first half, which is obviously shot at Manchester Arena. Then they've got a little beer tent that they call the Grapes, so you'll be able to have a drink in there.
I love that.
Yeah, and obviously the second half, and then after that, it's going to be available on their website to download, so to rent for people all over the country, and then all the proceeds from that, and all the proceeds from the download to the Christie. So it's just, you know, just something we're delighted to be able to be in a position to do, you know.
I think it's marvellous. It really is, because, like you say, it's raising money for the charity, the Christie, and they are fantastic. And, you know, and so many fans of Early Doors will get the chance to see it if they didn't get to see it on tour. Absolutely. And in a different way. I love the fact that you've got the Q&A with the cast, and I believe I am interviewing the cast. So, you know, get ready for some questions on the stage.
Oh, fantastic. Oh, that's good. I didn't know that. Oh, that's great.
Hey, that's like breaking news, Phil.
Yeah, don't surprise me with anything. Like, don't, you know what I mean? I need some questions up front.
I know. You know what? You said I'd surprise you as being your sister. Now I've surprised you saying I'm going to be hosting it. I'm going to be asking you questions, Phil.
Yeah. Oh, good. Right. Well, I look forward to that.
Thank you. It's going to be a really, really good night, a special night. It doesn't matter if it rains, because it's a drive-in.
It's drive-in. it's as if you're worried about COVID still, then it's driving again, you know. So that's obviously hit distance, but it's a nice night. Wine your window, because it's going to be weird for me because I've never seen it. I mean, I've not, you know, I haven't actually. Of course, I was always on the other side.
Yeah.
So to be able to sit in an audience, I've not seen it with an audience, obviously. So to be able to, I'm hoping everybody when the windows down, because I'll be shouting the catchphrases out with everybody else.
You'll be doing all the heckle, won't you? But look at the setting. This is where it is. I mean, stunning, isn't it?
Yeah, I went there to have a look where they were going to show it, and it's absolutely gorgeous. Peaky Blinders there, you know.
No way.
Yeah, because they were telling me all about it. And in the area that we've got, gorgeous, and they're going to put lights up. It's going to look, and it's, you know, it's all greenery, and it's going to look absolutely beautiful. I really can't wait. I'm so looking forward to it.
Well, we've had a few people commenting whilst you've been on, and we've got a lovely one from Lorraine that says, "Oh my God, I have to go that." So I think you're going to see Lorraine at the event, definitely.
Okay. Phil. Say hello, Lorraine. Beat your horn.
Beep, beep. And then also we've got one from Nikki who says it sounds amazing. I think that's a general consensus, you know, and we all want to go out and have a great night. We all want a laugh as well. And at the same time, you're doing it for something that's absolutely blooming brilliant.
Well, it is. And, you know, I can't stress enough how, you know, it's just, but I feel just lucky to be in a position where we can do something, and we can do something that affects so many people, as I've said before. Everybody, you know, there's always a link to the Christie in this area. You know, there's always somebody who's had a fantastic treatment there, and it is just, you know, if it's affected your life in any way and other people's life, it's just a great thing to be able to do. I mean, you know, I'm hoping that even afterwards, when people have been out and had a good night, they can come back in, have a few drinks, rent Early Doors, and just watch that for a couple of hours, because there's never anything on the. There's only that fella doing. There's only that fella doing Gogglebox with that funny voice, and he's not worth listening to.
Do you know what? We watch Gogglebox, and Craig obviously does the voiceover, doesn't he, for Gogglebox? But you just kind of go.
There's all that, yeah.
And we're thinking, oh, we could be a good family in that. You know, I think everybody believes it could be a great family watching Gogglebox. It's genius. Talking of families, obviously, not only did you co-write Early Doors, but you did writing on this little show. I mean, it wasn't that successful, was it, the Royal Family?
What is it? Who are they again?
God knows, I don't know who they are.
Yeah, and I was like, it's just a little program on. I remember it a while ago. Yeah, yes. I started writing it in 2005 or 6. I think the first one I did was the Queen of Sheba, where the first was.
Oh, you didn't.
Yeah.
That makes me cry every time.
I didn't kill her off. It wasn't me. You know. But
wow.
Yeah, it was great though, fantastic. You know, and again, you know, the cast are just like, it's one of those things. You know, you write as a, you know, you write things. Sometimes you write things, and somebody acts it out, and you think, no, it's not as good as we've. With the Royal Family, it was never like that. It always gave you something extra. And Ricky, you know, just, well, they're all amazing, but Ricky would be brilliant, because if you needed something to cut to, I was there messing about with his ears or picking his nose or doing something, you know. So if you're stuck on a shot, you could always pick to Ricky cleaning his belly button out or something gross, so that you could go back somewhere else. But yeah, no, just fabulous. And of course, you know, lovely Caroline. You know, I mean, I've known Caroline for 30 years. I knew when she was Signal. That was KFM radio then in Stockport. So, and she's, you know, really just, you know what I mean? I mean, it's 5 years ago now. I mean, it's incredible how long it is. But
But the legacy that she left, I mean, she was absolutely just outstanding. A comedy, a timing. Yeah. I remember Mrs. Merton. And for me, one of the classic things that she said of Mrs. Merton was when she said to Paul Daniels' wife, and she was like, she went, "Oh, what attracted you to the millionaire Paul Daniels?" Yeah, I was like, it's genius. It really is genius.
That's the sort of, and that was Caroline's line. That it was her. She wrote that line. Think, oh man, that'll go down in history. Only that line is just, what first attracted to billionaire Paul Daniels. Fantastic. It's just brilliant.
I love it. Yeah,
she's great, Caroline. She's so. At a funeral, we went to a funeral, and the priest who was doing the service said, Caroline, he'd gone round because the mum's a very religious Catholic woman, and they went round to the house, and Caroline turned up, and the next thing, Caroline said, let's do that trick where, when you're in a chair and you close your eyes and then you think you're being lifted up and you put your head and you think you've hit the scene. They were doing that to the priest. He was telling this story. It was Caroline was like, here, let's do this. Somebody did it to me. You'll love this. She had no kind of filter like that. You know what I mean? She was just up for fun, all the time. She used to always ride. When we go round to her house, one time I had a pair of, they weren't hush puppies, but she called them. And she said, what's Richard Bryan now you've got his shoes, Phil? His old man's shoes. And I was like, you cheeky. And then next day went round and there was a note, please, anyone with Richard Bryan shoes on, please do not enter. She just was really up for fun, all the time. Yeah.
And that's why people loved her. That's why people loved her. Talking of comedy and making people laugh, my son's got a question for you. So here you go. Here's Harry for you, Phil.
On tonight's show, we've got Phil Mealey and Helen Davies.
No, it wasn't that one. It wasn't that one. It was this one.
Phil, how did you become funny? Phil, how did you become funny?
Phil, how did you become funny?
How did I become funny? Oh, that's a tough question. I had a dad who wasn't, so I had to somewhere. I don't know, really. I was always mucking about it. It's just that usual thing, really. I think underneath it all, I'm shy, really. So I just kind of, it's that thing where you just try and put a bit of a mask on. I've always been sort of good at impressions and things like that. So I was always, doing that kind of stuff in school. So yeah, but there is. I always think. So I love working with other people. Like I love working with Craig, or loved working when we were working with Caroline. Because when you're working with other people, I think you try and top each other. You not try and top each other as but shoot them in. I mean, top each other as kind of, like Craig would say something funny, and I think, oh, that's really funny. How about if you said that and try and make it funnier? And playing cards, you always want to put an ace down on top, and I think that brings out the humour a lot more as well. But yeah, I mean, myself and Craig have written a comedy play that we've finished. We were hoping to put it on this year, but I think it's going to be towards the end of next year now. And that's, can't wait for that. That's really fun. It's just, there's no pathos in it. There's no moment. It's just full on comedy. Laugh. It's quite farcy as well, in a way. It's about this guy who runs a bed and breakfast in Poole with his wife, who he's sort of not getting on with, and he's having counselling. So you see him having counselling. You see him with his wife, sort of in the reception of the hotel, the counselling, and upstairs in his sort of lounge, and the cleaning woman. There's only 4 people in the cast. It's very well. We think it's we think people will really like it because it's
I'd make a good cleaning woman.
Oh, you're after a part in it?
Yeah.
Oh, Michelle, you might be too glamorous. Can you jump?
I can do Mrs. Overall.
Can you?
I can try.
Can you do that? Two suits. Yeah, well, you'll have to get. Well, when we do the open auditions, love, you'll have to come along.
All right, I will do. Hey, do you know what? I'm after everything that you do because look at this, right? Obviously, you can see this part of the hive behind me.
I can.
But check out this. I've got my own, the grapes from Early Doors.
Oh, wow, yeah. Look at that.
That's the other side, Phil. We've got optics.
Oh, look at it.
We've got an empty champagne bucket because we're poor.
I'm not being funny, but I think them two are underage. I don't think you run your establishment to the law, to be honest with you. You could have revoked if you're not careful there, Michelle.
I know. It's there's no last orders in the hive.
I mean, you know what I mean? They're at least 14 before they go in a pub, haven't they? You know that.
Hey, I wish I got ID'd now. I never get that at the supermarket.
Somebody did that to me the other day, actually. I was like, you're joking, aren't you? Don't look so surprised, Michelle. Come on. You know what I mean? Come on, well, I talk to you.
Bill, I'm just looking back to that picture because no change.
No change there, is there? Look at that, not a grey hair. Got a bit of hair as well, look at it, yeah.
I'm joking. Look. It has been lovely to chat to you this evening. I will see you on the 31st of July. If anybody is interested in coming on the night, it is going to be absolutely fantastic. It's going to be a lot of fun, a lot of laughs. If you're a big fan of Early Doors, God, you get to see some of the cast on stage. You can even heckle them. Yeah. And you're raising money for a fantastic
cause. When you put your ticket and when it goes to Christie, you can... It's fine.
Exactly. It's going to the Christie, and all you need to do is go to the website. I'm going to pop the website up. To book tickets, just go to the Christie website there, and you should be able to get them. So, I will see you. Bye for now. Get out of my pub.
All right then. Thanks for inviting me to your hive, Michelle.
Anytime, Phil. All right. Take care, lovely.
Bye.
Oh, the lovely Phil Mealey there talking about a fantastic event, Early Doors Live. It's at Arley Hall Gardens. It's going to be a great drive-in event, and you get to see some of the footage from the Early Doors tour, and it's raising money for the Christie, so it's fantastic. Right, look at this. The outside of the hive is looking like, you know, the sun is setting. You might be able to hear people doing the gardening behind me. Yes, it's all happening, and we have got our feature. We have got our first feature with our new team member, and we are about to show it. So are you ready for this, people? Yes, our new member of the hive is the wonderful Irene Estry, and she has got her positive pants on just for you. Take a look at this.
Hi all! Put your positive pants on and join me in some exercises. You don't even have to get out of the deck chair. How about that? Innovative or what? So let's start simply by swinging the legs. All the kids do it, why shouldn't we? But this is very, very good for the pals. Just keep swinging the legs. Ooh, ooh, ooh. And then open and close the legs. How about that? You have to trick here. You have to get your knees up. You can't have the knees dangling now. Get them up. And you can cross. Oh wow, I feel it. But I'm getting the sun at the same time, so I'm not complaining today. You're joining me. And now let's do some big stretches. How about this? Unfortunately, we've just got to move our bodies and touch down to the floor, and then go back up, and then go down to the side, and back up, and down to the other side. And if you really got yourself going, you could sit at the edge and do that. 1 and 2. Do you know you're using your tummy as well? You're literally using everything. Then pull down by your legs. Pull, pull. I'm getting a bit energetic here. I think the sun affects me. It's the age. Keep going. And anything you feel you want to do. Back and forward. Oh, big back. Bye.
Oh, she's going to be back with more positive pants and fitness and wise words of wisdom. That was our wonderful new team member, Irene Estry. But for now, we have got our second guest in the Hive this evening, and by goodness, she is a good one. She has bagged herself a dragon from the den. Oh, she's a wonderful entrepreneur and she's down to earth. So we really, really love her. So please welcome to Live in the Hive, the wonderful Helen Davies.
Hey, hi Michelle. Lovely to be here. How are you?
I'm great, Helen. Oh, do you know what? It's fantastic to have you this evening because I'm a big fan of Dragon's Den. And I've got to say, I've always been intrigued about how you get on it, how you bag a dragon, and what happens afterwards. And, you know, tonight I get to speak to you who's been on it. What is that like for you going on Dragon's Den?
Michelle, it has just been an absolute whirlwind past kind of 18 months really for us, because for anyone that doesn't know me, I own a baby products brand called EasyTots, which I started from scratch in 2016. I designed something that was really useful, found out that parents loved it, and threw everything into it, sold a previous business to focus 100% on this business. So it really has had my blood, sweat and tears over the years. And I just decided to give it a go and apply for Dragon's Den. It was probably late 2019. This is how long ago that was. And then I got a call one day, and it was one of those withheld number calls. And, you know, when you're just considering not answering it because you're definitely sure it's going to be a sales call. But I did answer it, and it was the BBC, and they wanted to interview me. I'd been shortlisted for making the cut for the next series of Dragon's Den, and that was in January last year. So it has been a long, long road.
Because we saw you on the programme probably a couple of months ago. So that is quite a long span to get from A to B, isn't it?
It is.
How did you keep it secret?
I think that was one of the hardest things, because we do have to sign an NDA, and obviously I know what's happened and what's going on in the background. The closer that we got on when we got our air date, that was just the best feeling ever, because then I could get really excited about exposing everything on our social media channels and getting all the hype going and just getting excited about it, even though we couldn't tell the result. We even had a watch party as well, which was great.
Oh my God, that sounds absolutely fantastic. Well, let's take a look at you in the den. All right, so here we go. Now, does this take you back?
It does. I can see how sweaty and shiny my face is, almost as bad as it is today. I was so nervous. You literally have that feeling of fight or flight as you're pressing the lift door. Thankfully, I did have my friend with me, Lindsay. She stayed with us all day with both of her twins. So we were backstage for about 7 hours before I actually got to pitch. And she has twins. So if one of them was, not in the best of moods, we had another option. But one of our challenges was they put us on last, and obviously we had babies. So we were trying to feed a baby lunch at his usual bedtime. So there was all these concerns that, oh my God, he's going to fall asleep or he's just going to be bawling his eyes out. But he played a blinder. They came in, she did her little demo bit, and then I just launched into my pitch, which I'd rehearsed probably about 500 times. I'm not even joking, to my fireplace at home.
A little bit different than a dragon, but I imagine as hot as a dragon can be if they don't like the pitch.
Well, I progressed on to doing Zooms with friends and family during lockdown and practicing it that way as well. But so I felt as though I was prepared. But then there's always that element of fear of, this is the biggest thing that's ever happened to me. And it's so massive. The potential is so massive for my business. I don't want to cock it up. Don't cock it up. So the relief of getting out of there I can't tell you.
I can really imagine. But tell us a little bit more about this business, because you were talking at the start about EasyTots.
Yeah.
I think this is genius. A mum of two. I wish this had been around when my kids were babies, because what it is that you make are these wonderful. These are just a few of your designs. Well, I'll let you describe them, because Helen, you'll describe them in a better way than me. Well, I'll just call them that.
So we've now developed a full range of weaning products, but our core hero products are our EasyMat suction plates. I've designed them so that they stick down really well. So babies really struggle to pull them off, so meals don't end up going all on the floor. But our best-selling mat it's great because of its dual purpose, because it can be used for everyday feeding, but it's also like a little lunchbox because it comes with a lid and a carry case, so parents can take it out with them when they go out to restaurants, and just make sure that you've got a meal pre-packed, or you can take it out clean and just transfer the food into it. So it's really popular for those reasons. And we're even we sell significantly internationally. The Philippines loves our products, Hong Kong, the Japanese love our products. We have a big market in Australia. So we'd already started to get some real good brand awareness internationally. But so Dragon's Den was like the cherry on top for like putting us on the map in the UK, other than online. So
how did you come up with the idea? Because it's a simple idea, but it is really effective, because gosh, when you're weaning, a child just loves to throw its plate off the table, off the high chair, doesn't it? And you're like, it either lands in your face, lands on the floor, lands in your hair.
Yeah. I suppose it was quite well timed with my own daughter when she came to move to solids, and a lot of things are changing now where parents are allowing their babies to self-feed right from the start. So obviously that is going to be messy because they're exploring and they're learning, and even whether it's intentional or not, things can go flying. And that was the problem that I faced. And when I had a look at what was available in the UK at the time in 2015, I saw a gap in the market, and I just thought, I am going to fill that gap as quickly as I can, because I know that there's a need for it. And then I found a factory in China and went for it, and got a product to market 9 months later. And then after that, it's kind of history.
That is brilliant. Now, obviously, you love your product, people love your products, you'd practice your pitch, but what was it actually like whilst you were doing that pitch in front of those dragons? Did your knees go?
I think I was just tunnel vision. This is my moment. I've got to get through this. You just got to get through it. So I think I was more concerned about getting through my 2.5 minute pitch correctly. And I thought that was, going to be job done. And I did get through it. And they were so spaced out because of COVID. You feel like you're watching tennis, trying to speak to them because you're having to span the whole room. But then, I got through it, and then it's question time, and that's another matter.
How long are you actually in that room then? Because we only see a snapshot.
So I was in there, I think, for about 45 minutes, but I have heard that some people are in there for up to 2 hours.
Oh my goodness. I don't think I could take that, because you're not allowed to drink any water, are you?
Yeah, the hardest thing for me was after I'd finished my pitch is I had the driest mouth on the planet. It was like I'd been to the dentist and had it down, and you're thinking, I can't answer these questions now. But, I think if you were in there for that long, I think you'd be able to request something. But I just powered through. They ask you so many questions, and if they're genuinely interested in placing an investment with you, they have to really dig quite deep. So sometimes the way that it's edited on the show when it's aired, it doesn't give the full picture of what actually happened backstage. So I was quite pleased with the way it was edited. It was all like nice and all my responses were great. So I was like, oh, thank you, BBC.
Tick. Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely. I've got a burning question though, right? Does that lift work?
I'm going to disappoint so many people here now. It isn't a lift.
It's not a lift.
It feels like a lift because you walk in from backstage. It has got the big, slidey doors. It has got the big button, the green button, and that does mean you're going on. You go in and it feels like a lift when you're in it, and they leave you in there for too long so that your nerves are going even more. And then the doors open on the other side. So you feel like you've been travelling, but you haven't travelled anywhere.
That just messes with your mind. That is cruel, that, Helen. Yeah. On top of all the pressure, you've got to deal with that and go, what's going on here? Yeah, but of course, you had a happy ending because the wonderful Sarah Davies is no relation, is it?
No, but Davies ladies together. No, it's not. No.
She took you on and chose you, didn't she? And EasyTots to invest in. Now, you pitched for 80,000 for 20% of your company. Yeah. She said yes to 80,000 for 30% of your company.
Yes.
Were you happy then with that?
I knew that there would be a level of. I pretty much expected that to happen, to be fair. So I knew I'd go in at that and that, one of them would ask for more. And I knew that was my last chance. So I didn't feel like I was in a position to be, I don't mind giving a portion of my company away to get the level of support that I have subsequently got as a result. And, since then we've done so much together anyway. So it was definitely the right decision for us.
Well, I've got to say, me and my husband, when we watch Dragon's Den, we sit there and we go, well, if we went on it, we'd be dead clever and say something like 5% of the business, when actually we'll probably give you 20% of the business, thinking, oh, well, if we go in a bit low, we can always increase it high. So yeah, but obviously, I don't think we could last in that. You did completely well in that Dragon's Den studio. Honestly, I felt tense just watching it on screen, and I sat on my sofa. My daughter has got a question for you, though. She's a big fan of Dragon's Den. So here's a question from Daisy, okay?
Okay, Daisy.
Hi, Helen. I want to know who your favourite dragon from Dragon's Den is, apart from the one that you picked. Mine is Deborah Eden. Bye.
So there you are on the spot. Who's your favourite dragon aside from the one that you picked?
I think I would agree with Daisy. Deborah is one hell of a woman. She's phenomenal, and she was very, very nice to me in the den. And I knew from day one that I wouldn't be a right fit for her because she's not into children's products. She's got her own line of interests. But yeah, I'm a big animal lover. I'm on board with a lot of the things that she's into and all her eco-friendly stuff. So yeah, I'd say Deborah, I would say.
Did you ever get to see Peter Jones stand up? How tall is he?
I didn't get to see him stand up because you don't get to meet them. You don't get to meet them at all. You just walk in, do your bit, go out. But he was closest to Ollie, who was eating and showing how our products work. And he was really, really, his face lit up because it was a baby and stuff. And I could just say, I think you're a really nice man. And he was nice enough to me as well. He picked over my figures a lot, but that's what they do.
Oh, fabulous. Well, I know that you have been meeting up with the dragon that invested in you, Sarah. So I've got this picture. What is this all about then? Are you taking my job from me here? What's going on, Helen?
Oh, that was an absolutely fabulous day. A week after we aired, Sarah invited me down to her headquarters at Crafters Companion in the Northeast. So I took my videographer who does my social ads, and we headed up and we spent the day with Sarah. She introduced me to the whole team, and she has studios in her head office because they have non-stop shopping channels doing the crafting, because they're just, the crafting, it's off the scale. So that's what she specializes in. So we had the studio for the day. So we had a lovely interview, which went on for about 25 minutes, that we're just waiting to be able to release, because we need permission from the BBC first. But it was a cracking day. She puts a lot of effort into the brands that she's invested in. And so, I can't grumble at all with the dragon that I've ended up with. It was meant to be.
And so where does that leave you now then? What has happened since the den, and what are the plans now for EasyTots?
So we only just very recently completed. So this is how long it takes for the money to actually drop. And I'm the first of the 4 that she ended up with in that series. So that is how long it takes. But since I've actually got my money, I already had a really, drawn out plan of what we're going to do with that. So I've been able to press the button on a real big project, which will be exciting for Q4 for us, because we're going to have so many new colours, improved designs, new products. So we've literally got a month in October where it's just going to be new. So exciting times. I'm looking forward to it.
I've got one. Is this one of the new ones? Because I love this. This is right up my street. Okay. Your unicorn range.
Unicorn. Yeah. That is one of our most recent new releases. So this multicolor swirl effect, we're the first to do that in silicone, because it's not that easy to do, and it has been just so popular. So watch this space on other swirly designs coming soon.
I'm really excited. You see, you're making me want another child. My husband watching this is going to get very, very worried, Helen.
Just get the plate.
Okay. Yeah, I'm a messy eater anyway, so it might help me somewhat. But no, it's just been brilliant chatting to you. I think it's absolutely fascinating to hear about the den. It's brilliant to see you getting the success that you really do deserve, because I know you've put in a hard graft. So keep doing it. Keep that success coming.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure to be on, Michelle. Thank you very much.
All right. Well, you take care of yourself, and hopefully we'll see you soon. Come on again as well.
I will. Why not?
All right, Helen. You take care.
Bye-bye.
Oh, that was the wonderful Helen Davies. Oh, my goodness. Imagine that, going on the den and surviving and getting yourself an actual dragon. I think it's been really fascinating listening to her this evening, and also the wonderful Phil Mealey. I hope you've really enjoyed the show. I've had a good ball, and I've seen the sun going down. I've heard a bit of thunder. I don't know if it's thundering where you are, but I think the rain is about to come. So I'll leave you with a little bit of sunshine in your lives from my little poppet. So Harry and Daisy, have you got last words for us?
Goodbye from me, Daisy.
Goodbye from me, Harry.
See you next time. Hope you enjoyed our show. Make sure you come back next week.
Bye!
They are the crazy gang. Please do come back next week, because we've got some great guests in store. We have this lady, Jeanette Jackson, the nutritionist, and she is going to be talking about how to keep fit and healthy and eat the right things that are going to be great for our bodies. And also we have got this wonderful charity, Prevent Breast Cancer. They've got an exciting new campaign coming up, and again they're going to be telling us all about that this week, so you don't want to miss it, do you? Not at all. So thank you so much for joining me this evening, and if you haven't subscribed on YouTube, then do press that subscribe button, and if you haven't followed on Facebook, then make sure you follow and spread the word. Until next week, see you, stay safe, and bye for now.